Hey everybody, can you hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me a-okay as we get started on another day of this dang puzzle, which I am still working on. This is a third day of piecing this thing together, and we're still here. But hi, I had myself a little bit of time this afternoon, and I thought it could be fun for us to spend a little time together, and just enjoy just a little chill time, building some puzzles, hanging out, chatting with each other, and all of that. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Shadow Temple. You might know me as the guy who plays Pierce over on the Aphmau channel, amongst other characters. And I have, for the past 2 days, or for 2 days of streaming now, and now coming up on a third day, have attempted to try to build this puzzle right here. This Aphmau branded puzzle, available over at aphmau.com. I'm not sponsored, but it would help my boss out a lot if you went and bought one. How's the music relative to me? Is the music okay in terms of volume compared to my own voice? Hopefully it's all right. Yeah. Welcome to what's just going to be a nice little time where I build puzzles. I'm going to read chat. I'm going to answer your questions to the best of my ability as we go along. And hopefully we have ourselves a very good time. This music, by the way, friend of the channel, Insane in the Rain Music, puts together some pretty good stuff. And I do recommend that you check out his stuff. He takes like video game music and then turns it into like jazzy stuff, which I do enjoy. Okay, there's already a message later, 30 seconds. Good stuff. We are good. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit shorter than the other two, just because I started so late today, but I got a lot of stuff done today that I wanted to get done, which is why we are starting as late as we are. Move this. Can I get this? If I'm very careful, I can almost keep that just enough out of frame that it's not a nuisance. So I don't have to lean my face so far into the microphone that I'm not paying attention to the puzzle at all, which is definitely something that I've been doing these past few days as we've been trying to build this thing up. Hi, all you mod friends, by the way. I admit I did not tell any of you that this one's happening. I'm sorry. I think this one's going to be relatively short and hopefully pretty chill. Do not feel obligated to be here, as always. But thank you for stopping by nonetheless. But yeah, how's everybody's day? You know, we made it through Monday, or we made it through the weekend, and now you're back on Monday, back to school, back to whatever it is you do. Hopefully it's been good for all of you. Just finish that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to finish the puzzle so I can give Marissa this table so she can use it for her crochet stream on Twitch on Wednesday. If I don't do any recording tomorrow, this is going to be like a 6-hour stream tomorrow where I'm just going to marathon this thing. We're just gonna work on it until it is done. But yeah, let's see what I want to work on today. So last time we pretty much got the whole frame of this thing complete, which I'm very excited about. I'm actually pretty happy that thing turned out. Yesterday, the stream lagged so much yesterday. Yeah, for what it's worth, by the way, friends, if you saw the stream go up yesterday, apologies. I still had my stream set up for the YouTube stream from Saturday. And I forgot to reorganize it to go back to my Twitch channel because I stream at night on my Twitch channel and then sometimes during the day over here. And I forgot to swap those settings. You know, saw a stream go up, for all about 5 minutes. And then I was like, well, time to kill that one. So I promise nothing important happened in that one. It was the correct stream on Twitch. That's all you saw. Am I going to TwitchCon, or VidCon with Jess? To the best of my knowledge, I am, but I haven't been told as to whether or not I'm actually going. Does that make sense? So in that sense, like, I've been to the past couple of VidCons, and I presume that I will also be at that VidCon, but I haven't actually been told whether or not I'm going to VidCon this year. So we will see, I guess, is the big question there. But if I were a betting man, and I sometimes am, we'll be at VidCon with her, and because what happens is Jess is a very busy lady all the time, but also especially at VidCon. And so they try not to keep her like at her own booth and stuff for that all that often because it gets pretty crazy over there. But they still want to have people at the booth, like getting people excited about all the stuff that's going on. And so usually us kind of supporting cast, as it were, spend our time getting people excited via meetups at the booth. So yeah, this is pretty good. You want Survival Pierce back? What did you? I'm curious. What did you like about Survival Pierce? Yeah. So there was a video recently where things were like trying to break into Aphmau's house, and they were all trying to survive and stuff. And Pierce was this like no nonsense goof man, or no nonsense non-goof man, who is like a survivalist, gritty survivalist who, doesn't take no snuff from nobody, no how, and managed to live no longer than anyone else. Let's just say that he doesn't last that long at either. But it's still. I'm excited for My Street. I'm excited that other people are excited. I am not a part of My Street, so I don't have a ton of skin in the game. But I hope people will like it. I hope people will enjoy it. I hope it is successful. When will Aphmau start doing streams again? Probably never. So you're just gonna have to deal with little old me building puzzles instead. I hope that's all right. She's more of a creature of video content as opposed to live stream content, if that makes sense. What was just deleted out of there? Oh, someone just kept saying that over and over again. Why you're not in the puzzle? I don't know. This same design was used, I think, for the front page of the coloring book that we have for the Aphmau stuff. And Pierce is in the coloring book. He's just not on the front cover. That's fine. That's just how sometimes these things work. The whole cast was here, it'd be a much more complicated puzzle, which, considering the speed at which I'm solving this puzzle, would not have been good. Clearly, I couldn't have handled any more complex of a puzzle than what has been placed before me in this current moment. Oh, this is her eyebrow. Way up here. That's Aphmau's eyebrow right there. Can you eat a sheep? I don't know, can you? Started YouTube on January and you've been shy. It's not really a good use of a YouTube channel, I would say. Typically, being on YouTube and succeeding on YouTube requires necessarily for you to make videos and be out front and doing stuff on those videos in order for people to watch them and stuff. It's okay if YouTube's not for you. Just to say. I admittedly, when I was in school, by the way, I was not an outgoing guy myself, pretty shy as well. And I learned to enjoy being out there and talking to people and stuff like that. But that took time. And it's okay to want to take the time to learn whether or not that whole life is for you in the first place. I think some people are so excited at the prospect of maybe becoming or like doing YouTube stuff, they don't even consider whether or not they'd actually like the whole existence of being in it, you know? And I think that's a really important thing to consider. There we go. I got a piece added today. Let's go, friends. How many pieces are there for this puzzle? 1,000. 1,000. You got to turn to Huggy Wuggy and I got to turn to Poppy. A little bit, yeah. What is Aaron's YouTube channel called? Isn't it like Aaron Bravura or is it Jason Bravura? I'm trying to remember what it was called. Something like that. But even then, like, understand that I don't think he posts on that channel anymore, and I wouldn't find much of a reason to go over there anymore. What's my favorite game? I think the last time I mentioned it, I think I'll still stick with it. The game that got me into gaming as hard as I game is the Mass Effect original trilogy. If anybody ever played that, it is a very good series of games that I enjoy a lot, and got me interested in the idea of storytelling in video games. That they can be more than just, get the highest points or beat the game. It's more, where the things I love about games personally comes into play of, like, what world do I get to explore? And the people inside of it, what are they doing in that world? And how can I help them? And stuff like that. It's my favorite stuff. You don't have to, Hop. It's fine. If this chat is a little unkempt, so be it. That's just how this space is going to be. Rest assured, I know what I'm getting myself into. Worry not. Oh, thank you very much, Dom, for the 5 buckaroos. Imagine that's the Dom that I might know. Hope you're doing all right. Hope things are going all right. Does KC have a channel? Yeah. I believe her whole like brand is Mega Moeka. I'm pretty sure she's got a YouTube channel, and she's done stuff on there like Roblox and stuff. Imagine giving Shadow money. Could one even imagine handing this boy some cheddar? Please do. I like money. What's my favorite movie? Knives Out, I keep going back to, actually, is one that I really did enjoy myself recently. That it looks like you're still only on day 1 of the puzzle. I know. I've not really made a lot of forward progress as of yet. But that's going to change today, I swear it. Today, I'm going to move forward. We're going to get some stuff done. And I promise you that this puzzle will look different today than it did by the end of this than it did yesterday. Do I play Minecraft regularly or just for Aphmau vids? I used to play Minecraft pretty regularly. Nowadays, as you might have guessed, it is mainly for Aphmau stuff. And that's not because I don't like Minecraft or I think Minecraft's a bad game. It's just that I play already so much Minecraft for the YouTube channel. It's one of those things where, like, eventually, it's like enjoying chocolate ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, if you are eating nothing but chocolate ice cream every single day, and it is your favorite flavor of ice cream, and that's why you're eating it. Very much Azrael for the $5. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you. Yeah, if you're eating chocolate ice cream every single day of your life, and you, eventually, just by human nature, you're gonna start getting tired of chocolate ice cream. Does that make sense? And you might reach once for some mint or some vanilla or some strawberry or one of those different flavors that just kind of, changes up your day. And so that's how I feel when it comes to Minecraft. I don't spend a ton of time playing it on my own because I'm in that world so much, but I still enjoy the fact that I am enjoying it so much, or that I'm in it so much. In fact, to the point where if I wasn't doing as many recordings and stuff like that, I probably would go back to start playing Minecraft more again. Like, genuinely, that's how much I like it. And yes, Everything Everywhere All at Once is also one of my favorite movies. I was just thinking about it recently, though I absolutely adore that movie. I've been on a detective kick lately, so there you go. How's it possible for you to play Roblox with Aphmau? It's probably not gonna happen, sorry. You respect the light blue that Pierce has? I do like light blue. Somebody's birthday coming up? Mine is mid-April. Don't tell us how old you are, friends. Don't tell us how old you are. You can, as a general rule of my stuff here, friends, if you can say if your birthday is getting close, do not tell me what day it is, and do not inform the rest of chat and the world and everyone that you've ever met what your birth or like how old you are. It's just not a good idea on the internet. Is it getting better? I think so, yeah. Do you ever hang out with anybody from the Aphmau crew? Not very often. The main reason being that a lot of us are in wholly different parts of the United States. We're all almost in the U.S. I mean, Andy, the guy who plays Gareth, is in the UK. But yeah, a vast majority of us are all over the U.S. And if you've ever been to you're not in the U.S., One feature of the US that I think gets lost on a lot of people is it is very big. And so I think the nearest Aphmau crew member to me is something like a 6-hour drive away. And so that's just not really like a way for us to be able to hang out with each other very often, if that makes sense. But yeah, when we can hang out, we do enjoy hanging out with each other. I do go, we go to Aphmau HQ every so often, invited by the company, which is always fun. And then we also occasionally just hang out with each other. Yeah, like we'll go travel to different places to. Nope. We'll go travel to different places to make sure we can meet up with each other. In fact, I've been doing these streams lately, friends, to remind friends that if you happen to be in the Midwest, the Midwest of the U.S., coming up here at the beginning of April, myself, Corinne, who's the gal who plays Kim, and Keston, the guy who plays Zane, will all be getting together for a convention called the Midwest Gaming Classic. You guys can, of course, join us over there. We'll be there for all 3 days, and we're going to have ourselves a fun time. I hope you guys, those of you who might be able to make it in, give it a shot, because I think we'll have a fun time. You can even challenge us at Minecraft, and if you beat one of us in a build challenge, we'll give you a free sticker. So there you go. Am I a fan of horror games and movies? No, I really don't like horror games and movies. I like psychological horror, like things that make you think about your own like humanity and stuff like that. I do not like things that jump out of barrels and go, "Whoa!" It's not, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. When will I go live next on YouTube? I am not going to put up a schedule for that. I don't think. Main reason being that it's really kind of dependent on when I have just free time. The trouble with like recordings and things is I actually don't know when I'm going to be working most days. And so I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants sometimes, depending on what time we have going on in the moment. So in this case, I happen to have some free time today, and I thought it'd be fun to join all of you for a little bit of streamy stream. But that isn't always going to be the case. So it's just one of those things where if I have time, I'm going to stream. If I don't have time, then I won't. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Maybe I think I found the strawberry cake that KC's holding, friends. Look at that. I put those right there. You sound like Pierce all the time. It's just because it's my voice. I don't know what to tell you. I'm also, lifting up my... this is not necessarily my natural speaking voice. I'm kind of pitching up a little bit for the sake of being picked up by the microphone and trying to sound a little bit more like something you guys would recognize, right? But still, this is all it's just kind of me. How to become Aphmau's friend? Well, I auditioned for Minor Demons back in like 2019, and that is how I got involved in the whole thing. Is that they liked my impression, or not my impression, they liked my version of Pierce enough that they decided to bring me in for the character of Pierce, and then it's been kicking off since then. Why does Jess make scripted videos only now? What's the best way to describe that? First off, they're not all scripted. I think that's an important piece to note with this stuff. We get to do cool things in these videos, right? And so some of that takes a little extra prep work that you might imagine, but if anything, like right now, I think a big focus is on kind of like scarier movie videos and movies, especially because people seem to be enjoying that right now, and so we've been kind of playing into those. But like if you're thinking about like role play videos, quote unquote, versus like gameplay videos, if that makes sense. We had a couple of gameplay videos recently. In the past month or so, I think we've had a handful, right? Where like the kind of would you rathers and the like date, marry, kill kind of things, stuff like that. Like that's all been in there. If you just know where to look. And of course, if you want like hardcore, just gameplay videos, always recommend checking out the Shuki channel, because that is just us rolling into a Roblox game and seeing what happens. That's always fun. Am I going to VidCon with Aphmau? I hope so. Is Chris okay? I think so. Do I have a favorite video game? Mass Effect. Do I know the Untamed? People keep asking me if I know about it, but I do not know about it. What is this the Untamed that people are talking about? Date, Marry, Kill is wild. Well, that's why it's called Date, Marry, Killmas, and not the other one. Hello, Smarty. How you doing? Milk tea from what? I like tea. Tea is my favorite. You've been a fan of me for 5 to 6 years, Malfoy simp? Sounds like you're a bigger simp of Malfoy than Pierce. Just saying. And Queen Abiyu. Abiyu? But yeah, no, we're just building puzzles today, friends. We're having a good time. Oh, how Chris got hurt? He didn't get hurt, friends. He has. So when you're a voice actor and you work as a voice actor long enough, the sort of composition of this whole like throat to vocal cords to mouth business becomes a significant part of how you make money, right? And some pieces of that system can sometimes cause bigger problems than they're worth. In this case, tonsils. Tonsils are these like little chunks of like flesh inside the back of your mouth that most of the time cause no problems and are no big deal, but sometimes can be a real massive pain in terms of collecting like respiratory diseases. And so those can cause problems over time. And as a result, sometimes it's a good idea to get them out. And so Chris elected that it was eventually finally time for him to get those out. And that's why he's been gone for a while, because as you can imagine, when people rip things out of your throat, it takes a while to get that fixed up. You know what I mean? Have I watched any anime? The last anime I saw was Delicious in Dungeon. I don't watch a ton of anime, but sometimes some of them kind of sneak up to the surface that I'm like, all right, I can go check it out. That was fun. I enjoyed Delicious in Dungeon quite a bit. I thought it was very cute. I think that's going to be somewhere like over here. What was my favorite Minecraft mob without sheep? The Sniffers. Right? I think that's their name. Why did Aphmau start making movies? Because we made one and it went really good, and then we started making more. Is that what they're called? Are they called Sniffers? Or are they called Snifters? They're something like that, right? They're big. They got big honking schnozzes, and they're kind of part dinosaur, and they don't mean anybody any harm, and they're just generally really cute. I like them. I like them a lot. I think they're really one of my favorite, most recent additions. Hello, She-Ra and the Princess of Power. I did watch that. The new version of that. It was pretty good. I like that. Why does Jason not post? Because I think people have a weird impression of how the Aphmau channel works. That maybe it's just like Jess out there just single-handedly making videos and then posting them and editing them and all that stuff. And we have a channel as big as the channel that Aphmau is. You can't do that. You can't. I can't talk a lot about the details of the actual like business of the channel because for reasons. But long story short, like he's very busy. Well, Jason's a very busy boy. Helping work to make sure that the stuff that you guys like watching keeps coming out. And if he decided to stop doing that and instead start posting on his own channel, you would not see videos nearly as often on Aphmau's channel anymore. So you definitely want him working on that instead. Have your thoughts on the Warden? Oh, I think they're terrifying, and I love that. I love that how like spooky they are. They're not really jump scare spooky, which I enjoy. They're just they're big hulking monstrous creatures in the dark, and you just have to hope you don't get found by one. I do like that. Do I watch My Hero Academia? I watched the first episode, and I haven't watched the rest. There's nothing wrong with it. I just got off watching all of Naruto. Have not watched Boruto. But I wasn't that interested in throwing myself in another shonen anime so soon, I guess, long story short. Doesn't mean I won't ever, just means that I haven't gotten that excited about it yet. So, yeah. So we were just talking about it. I don't really watch anime all that often. And I made a song for one of those movies for the thing. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That was the Where is Mutton From video that we did. Boy, that was a while ago, I think, at this point. Where's this? This might be a sock. I thought at first this was cake, but I think it might be someone's leg. Pierce, is Aphmau ever going to do a normal video again? Can you describe maybe what a normal video is? Out of curiosity, because I actually don't know what you mean by normal video. Because I think a lot of different people have a lot of different ideas of what that means. And I'm curious to hear what you think that means. Favorite My Street season? Never watched the series. Yeah. Am I familiar with... No, I do not know what Denmei is. And I'm worried even saying it out loud. Doodle Pierce. I'd shout your name out, but I can't read it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I absolutely would, whoever was doing the doodling. As a general rule, friends, I try not to read anything that has, like, really intense fonts, because those are actually unreadable for those who have like screen readers, and so I try to convince people not to read or to use those. It's Astro. Well, hello, Astro. Okay, working through and getting stuff done. Okay, I found the other side of Casey's face. There we go. This, unfortunately, friends, is just how I happen to do puzzles, by the way. I just kind of wander around, and each time I find a piece that's, like, immediately recognizable as to what it is, I'm like, all right, time to grab that piece and go bring it where I think it needs to go before moving on to the thing I actually need to be doing. But, you know, eventually you kind of get yourself built out there, and then you can go from the high detail features to the less detail features. I'm going to say Martha. And hello, Aphmau fan. It's not really much of a shout out if everyone would just, yeah, I'm also an Aphmau fan. I try not to do reaction videos. People were saying about that. I'm just generally not a fan of the genre. I think there's an element of like the only time I do a reaction video is if I got full permission from the people who made the video to do the reaction video, if that makes sense. Because otherwise, if I'm just watching somebody's video and I'm watching the whole thing, I'm pretty much just taking the thing that they made and then be like, you made this? I made this. I'm just not a big fan. Do I have the Pierce Me Meow? Yeah, I got this Pierce Me Meow right here. I've got Sheep Pierce. I got the big one right here. The small one is too far away for me to reach. Just kidding, I have long arms. There's a little baby Sheep Pierce there. And then recently, fan of the show, Azrael, who I got to see at the Anime Milwaukee, gave me a shiny hoodie Pierce. Look at that. Look at that new guy. I haven't gotten one of these before. Look at this little guy. He's very cute. I like him a lot. Can I give you a hint on the next video? I'm going to tell you it's in Minecraft. I know. Usually I don't give hints like that, but for you guys, I'll do it this one time. Let's see here. Having a hard time with it. Determining cake or skin. Where am I right now? America? Yeah, no, I live in the United States of America. Who's your favorite character ever played on Aph's channel? I mean, I really love Modern Pierce. He's my favorite. I can't step away from that boy. He's ultimately just my favorite little guy. I hope to continue to play him for as long as I live. I think this guy goes right there. Yes, I do. Cake or Skin, the worst game show. Oh, God. Where's Ian? Recovering from surgery. What do you play Minecraft on the game, like building battles? What do I do in Minecraft myself? I tend to like building like mega projects if I'm playing Minecraft on my own. Like I just like throwing myself into some big project and just digging around in it a while. That's not a hint? Well, you weren't being specific enough. If people are asking if they can ask questions, I do recommend just asking the question rather than waiting for me to respond to give you permission to ask a question, because there's a chance that I won't see your, by the time you actually get around to asking your question, I'll have forgotten that you were asking a question in the first place, and it just doesn't seem like it's worth doing that. How long have I been Pierce for? 6 years. This will be my 6th year at this point, which is absurd. But I love it. Been enjoying it and excited to do more of it. Okay, there can't be that many more white flowers in the bottom here. Especially with kind of a darker... Ooh, I see some grass blades on this thing. I think I can figure it out. I think it's right over here. It's gotta be. In fact, it might even connect like... no. Well, yeah. No, I'd fit right there. That's a little piece right there. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yesterday is so iconic. I'll tell you, this is not Aphmau merch, by the way. This is... I just looked up shirts online that have the word yes on them. And I got that. Can I give you a hint on what the video is about? Oh, sure. I can give you that idea. The hint about the next video is that Aphmau is the main character. Oh my God, are you from Aphmau? I do play the boy Pierce. It's true. Do you like playing Roblox or Minecraft? I enjoy Minecraft as a game more. I enjoy making videos in Roblox more, the way we do things, just because I don't know what to expect with the Roblox at all. And it's sometimes really fun to just kind of be thrown into something buck wild and being like, all right, off we go. Is that going to post today? I don't know. I think we're taking 2 days a week off to not post. I don't know what those days are yet. I suppose I could probably pay attention well enough and find out which 2 days those are. But yeah, we're doing, I think, 5-day weeks when it comes to videos, because we're doing those big honking movie videos these days that take up so much time and resources, and creating cool videos out of it. That the idea of then still trying to do all that in addition to other things would be that's so much work. As so very much. That's a piece of her eye up there. Who's your favorite Aphmau character? Oh, it's Pierce. Of course it's Pierce. Do you like Fortnite? I've never played Fortnite. Never played Fortnite. Am I going to be in the video? The next video? I don't know. And actually, the reason why I don't know that part is we record the videos, a couple days in advance, and I'm not told the schedule for those videos, and I don't need to know. There's no real reason that I would need to know such things. And as such, yeah, no, I don't get to know. But again, why would I need to know, right? I help make the videos, but I don't, I'm not a part of the final process of making them good and then putting them out on the internet. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll describe once again. I prefer playing Minecraft. I prefer making videos in Roblox. I hope that makes sense. Love the TNT being built. Well, it's whenever you have letters in a puzzle, it's really easy to figure out exactly where they're supposed to go. So admittedly, I always kind of gravitate towards those because it's like, well, I know exactly what this is gonna be. You know what I mean? Just how I happen to build puzzles most of the time. I think that's gonna go like that. This is definitely a top of a KC eye here. And I'm willing to bet, in fact, that it's her right eye. Let's see if I can piece this on. I was gonna say pierce this on. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, this is her left eye over here, so this would be her right eye. I think like that. Is that a coin of the puzzle pieces? This is a US penny, which I brought out only so you can see just how small these pieces are. Look at these. They're so tiny. They're so small. Also, I figure if I put this penny in somewhere, this puzzle will make me rich. You can buy Pierce Meows. I think on the website, aphmau.com. I should get myself an affiliate link. That's a question for management. But yeah, aphmau.com. That's I think that's the only place you can like for sure get specific character plushies. Why am I not in the puzzle as well? You know, just sometimes you get put into things and sometimes you don't. I don't think there's anything particularly wild to read into that or anything like that. Just sometimes that's how art comes out. I was mentioning before, but this is, you know, this is built off of the same, I think, front cover as the coloring book for this. And Pierce is in that. He's just not on the front of it. Only put on. I mean, there's a lot going in this picture already, right? You didn't want that many more people in this. His favorite main character in the Aph series, Pierce. Can you please friend me on Roblox? No. I mean, you can friend request me, but I'm not going to accept it. I guess that's an important piece there if you really want. How come Pierce is not in my street? Because Pierce didn't come into existence until 2019. And my street was well on its way at that point. So there really wasn't a time for Pierce to kind of enter that space, right? And even then, yeah, he wasn't part of the story. I didn't join the channel until 2019, so if he had been a part of my street, then it wouldn't have been me that played him. You want to get the memes, but you don't know how to get it from Asia? You'd probably have to get them shipped in, if I had to guess. I don't think we have necessarily as if I have any control over this. I don't think the company's got any suppliers in Asia, right? Or like distributors in Asia right now. I could be wrong. I would recommend just going to aphmau.com and seeing what happens if you try to put in your shipping address. Who knows? Maybe they ship. Worth a check. Worst they can say is no. Right? I guess this is Aphmau's eye, yeah. No, is it Ian's eye? Oh, it's Ian's eye. That's what that is. I was like, well, no, yeah, I think it's Ian's eye. Which would be somewhere around about here, I think. And then this. Does this go here? Just watched my watch get an email, and it was like, nah, that's just pure spam. That is spam of the highest order right there on that from that. Thank you, sir. What's my favorite dog breed? Oh man, I had a golden retriever growing up, and he is absolutely probably my favorite. He was just he was so loving and so soft and adorable. We now have a a mini Australian Shepherd who's very, very cute. But he's got more energy than I do, if that makes sense. So I think that's kind of a tough business. Your bank is compromised. Click the link on that email right now. I still break character when you're doing the videos. Sometimes things are too funny. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do about it. I'm doing well today. Thank you. Am I drinking any tea right now? I am drinking some jasmine green tea right this moment. It's how I stay alive and sane most days. How did I choose the name for Shadow Temple? The first part of the name, Shadow, was from... I had a bunch of cousins that I played video games with a bunch, and they all used that same kind of shadow followed by some cool thing attached to the other side of it. This is when I was like 10, mind you. Don't tell us how old you are. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and I wanted to be just like them, and so I wanted a name just like that. And so I did that, and I needed the other half of the name. And at the time, one of my favorite Nickelodeon game shows, Legends of the Hidden Temple, was on. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And then Shadow Temple was made. Excuse me. And that's the story. I think Aphmau's purple hair is very purple in this. And I think this art is throwing me off about that. Was Sharpay? Yeah, I've watched the Westminster Dog Show. German Shepherd named Raven. Cool. Somebody keeps asking if I love Roblox or Minecraft, but I've answered that question like I think 4 times in the past like 15 minutes. I'll say it one more time. I like playing Minecraft. I like making videos in Roblox. I don't really like Roblox in general, but I think it is a very funny place to make videos. Where can you find the Aphmau plushies? If you're in the States, a lot of different stores. I mean, Walmart, Target, Amazon is not a store, but you get the picture. Hot Topic, I think we had them in. GameStop had them. Like, we're all over the place. Other places, you might have to do a little bit of digging. Got an ad a few minutes ago. I think they're spitting out automatically today. I don't know what's going on. Am I an alien? If I told you yes, that was just I told you no, that I'm not an alien, that's exactly what you expect an alien to say. I don't think there's an easy answer for me. Can you feature one of those Shuki videos? Nope. But keep enjoying. How'd the crow get known colors like yours is light blue? I think it was just kind of built off the designs of the characters. I mean, Casey wears a bunch of pink, so pink is her thing. Ian wears a bunch of dark blue, so kind of bluish dark blue is his thing. And Pierce had that light blue jacket. There's an element, I think, of character design in general where you just want to have, like, you want to pick up on certain distinct colors so that it's really easy to pick characters out from a crowd. As to why each character is those colors, I don't know. Just how it was. How's the Pulse Song going so far? I've made progress. Not a ton. Not a ton. But I've made some progress. As always, I figure you guys would rather have me talk to you than instead of focusing too hard on the actual puzzle building itself. But I'm trying to do both. Is my favorite word? Yes. Yeah, I do like it. Do I like Kim in the show? I like Kim in the show in the sense that I think she is a chaos gremlin, and I tend to gravitate just character-wise towards chaos gremlins. Do I like her? No, she's a character, and I'm married man. Look at that ring right there. Yes. See, you're never coming back? I don't know. Do you like the people I voice act with? Yeah, I do. What's my favorite food? Tacos. Has Leaf ever returned to an Aphmau episode? Yeah, there was a couple, like a married, no, not married, movie video that came out a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, where he was like the main character in it. Yeah. It is one of those high school videos. Go check it out. Who's my favorite Aphmau character, but you can't choose yourself? Either Kim or Rise, because they're just. I enjoy Kim's chaos, and I enjoy how anti-Pierce Rise is. Not in the sense that he doesn't like Pierce, but in the sense that he is like the exact opposite of Pierce, and I love that. Who am I married to? My wife. Let's see here. Bento's doing good. Thank you for asking. What's my favorite anime? Spirited Away. What's my favorite Meow? I still have it from day one. It's definitely Sugar Skull's cat. Look at that Sugar Skull. I love this thing so much. It's so pretty. It's so intricate. I love the skeleton on the back. It's just very nice. In terms of people asking a lot about, like, can't talk a lot about, like, the actual process of making the videos. Just know that, like, speaking from my own perspective, I come up with most of what Pierce says. Like, it's really comes down to just kind of goofing around, and saying what I think what Pierce would say in those moments, right? Improv is my strength, and that's where I like to live, and that's where I get to play, and it's very fun. Do you ever go off script on accident? I'm telling you, I'm not on script in the first place. My mic is cutting out? Anybody else having that problem? I don't necessarily see that on my levels, but I could be wrong. Am I a good friend to Aphmau? I mean, are any of us good to any friends? Not seeing any glitches. Let me know in chat, though. My audio's kind of odd. Really? Huh. I mean, there's a chance that I'm leaning away, and that's causing the sound to be a lot different when I'm compared to when I'm leaning towards the microphone. It's a microphone. Is the music too loud? Because that I could fix. That we had issues with that last time, and I recognize that it might have been too loud. Do I know it's funny? I've not actually met her. Thank you for the $3, Leela Edits. I appreciate that. If you're seeing like because what you might not be seeing is the camera moving very much, you might need to lower the quality of your stream, potentially. Just gonna put that out there. If your internet's not so good on your phone or whatever you're watching on, you might have to lower it down. If that makes sense. What's my real favorite animal? Ooh. I think that is... I think dolphins. I like dolphins. For long-time viewers who hear me answer the same 30 questions over and over again, you're hearing me change up from time to time. I'm allowed to change. So be it. Sometimes I like dolphins. Sometimes I like penguins. Sometimes I like penguins because my wife Marissa likes penguins, and I also like penguins because they're cool and it makes Marissa happy. Reloading the stream worked for you? Okay, there you go. How did Ian and I become the Mischief characters? We just kind of got put into a couple of videos. We were just like sort of the villains. And it just kind of built up to be that we just became kind of a villainous little, not actually villainous because we never actually win anything, but just kind of like the annoying villains, you know what I mean? That happens a lot in various like cartoons and stuff. And I think that really kind of cemented our position as that. That and Pierce and Ian have similar character qualities in that they're loud, bombastic, impulsive, and also not very smart. So combining them together kind of works pretty well in terms of just making a dynamic duo of villains. What is my favorite store? Ooh. I do like a good Best Buy. I don't even like the Best Buy very much, but I also just don't go shopping very often. No, I changed my mind. There is a local brand of board game stores here in the Milwaukee area called the Board Game Barrister. And I do enjoy going in there because they just have a bunch of board games out and people are playing board games, and then I can learn more about board games, and it's good. It's fun. I know, Miss, I was like, ooh, wow, a new question. Are ass videos more targeted towards little kids? I'm going to say that the videos are family friendly. Does that make sense? In the same way that like is a Pixar movie for little kids, right? I think at certain points of your life you would say yes, and then as you get older you're like, nah, it's a family movie. Where there's something for everyone, right? There's jokes for the youngins, there's jokes for the oldins, there's jokes for the in-betweens. And everyone can have fun with it. Does that make sense? Do I like cookies? I do like cookies, and I want cookies with chocolate in them, please. Not to say I wouldn't eat cookies without chocolate in them, but I swear that if you hand me a cookie and it looks like it has chocolate in it and this chocolate is instead raisins, we are not friends anymore. Like I'll go for a raisin cookie if I'm warned in advance that it is a raisin cookie. But if you give me a cookie and you're like, here's a cookie, and it looks like it's a chocolate chip cookie, and then it's not, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be upset. Don't know what else to tell you. I'm just not gonna like you very much. How dare you? Okay, I think this is probably his eye over here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to interpret which eye is which. I think this actually might. No, it doesn't fit. It feels like it should, but it doesn't. I think these two will connect to each other, though. No, they don't. What am I doing? What am I even doing? It's because I need to flip this around. If I flip this around, I bet you everything will fit better. There we go. I got that there, Aaron Eye. Look at that. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Do I actually go out of character in Aphmau videos? Sometimes I do. Do I like It's Funny? I've never watched any of her videos. Nor have I met her. I don't know. I don't know if this is a wild thought or not. But despite making a bunch of Minecraft stuff, I don't really watch a lot of our quote-unquote competitors. Not to say that we're like in a feud with any of these people, but like people who make similar stuff to Aphmau, I'm just not that interested in watching, if that makes sense. I'd rather just focus on making the stuff that I just rather focus on making the stuff that as best we can that I'm paid to make. Maybe that would be better served if I paid attention to what other people were doing, but I let other people do that. I just do the best I can to make the best Pierce that I can. How's it like working with Jess? She is... What's the best way to describe this? I think you have to be a very, very specific kind of person to succeed as well as she has on YouTube. I think that is almost an impossible job, and I don't personally want it. And I give her a ton of credit for succeeding in a space where many others have tried and failed. And I know why they've failed, and I know why she has succeeded. And a part of it is just a dogged commitment to something that it may not always be a popular thing to do, but if it means that you continue to succeed, will be the thing that gets you to keep moving. That's tough, man. I don't got that dog in me, you know, as the kids would say. Like sometimes things will come up for videos where it's like, nah, she'll be like, nah, I don't like that. And it's like, but we put a lot of work into that. And she's like, nah, but it's not good. And you know what? Like 98% of the time, she's 1,000% correct. And she's just it's incredible. It's incredible. Like how frequently she is just like, and we're all just like, yeah, I guess. It's amazing what happens with that. What happened, Ian? Surgery. Do you have fruit blocks? I haven't bought a pack since the first set came out, but mostly just because I don't like having snacks in the house because then I eat them. But I have tried them. They sure are fruit snacks. I don't think we're trying to sell them as anything else for what it's worth, but they are fruit snacks, and it's fun because you know they're Aphmau branded. Why has Jess been skipping some days? I think it's 2 days a week specifically, and it is because we are putting out those longer movie episodes. As you might imagine, if a video is twice the length of a normal video, it takes at least twice as long to make. And so we take 2 days off we don't take 2 days off. We're still working the same amount of time. It's just that the recording schedule puts out less because of that. When are we coming to blank? The only place that you can catch Aphmau right now on a yearly basis in a way that you should expect it, for the most part, is on at VidCon. That is the only place I think she is firmly, repeatedly committed to being at. Anywhere else, she might go, but I wouldn't guarantee it. And I would instead save your pennies to go to VidCon sometime. That said, like I said before, 3 of us, myself, the guy who plays Zane, and the gal who plays Kim, are all going to be in Milwaukee the first weekend of April. And you're more than welcome to come and say hi. We'll play Minecraft with you. We got stickers and posters and things. Yeah, hope you check it out. How to go to VidCon? It's a convention in Anaheim, California, and it's a convention. You pay money and then you get to go inside. Is typically how it works. Does this fit? That doesn't fit. It feels like it should fit though. Well, you know what? No. I think it does. At first I was like, it's too much white there, but there's like a little shine gleam to her eye over here that I'm trying to track. Our video was made the same day they released, or before it uploaded a different day. Anyone who's expecting videos to be produced and then published the same day on YouTube, no. We make videos beforehand. Not that far beforehand, but yeah, if somebody has to make the video the same day they're putting it out, that's danger. There's danger there. No big channel would do that if they can help it. Just married to Jason? Yeah. I think that's all public information, but yeah, they're married and have 4 kids. Like they're a busy family. Very busy. I found the top of Aaron's hand on the lunchbox. made an Ian Pierce plush. Ian's based on my stream. Pierce is made on my name. Is very cool. See you, folks, who are leaving. Do I have kids? No, I do not. But I do have a dog. If I was a piece of pie and someone was eating you, I'd go, ah! Am I going to VidCon? Yeah, I think. I haven't been told I'm going to VidCon, but I went to VidCon the past 2 years, and 3 years? Is my third year? Might be. But I'll probably go again, yeah. Am I married? Yeah. Right there. Got married in 2022. What's my dog's name? His name is Bento, and I love him very much. He's very cute. He's a cute little boy. I keep forgetting I can't sing to the music here because my voice is like a tenth of a second behind the how the music's playing. But gosh darn it, don't I like to sing these tunes because they are hot. I just realized I probably have enough pieces to see if I can piece together the orange soda can next to Aphmau here. Do I like being married? Excellent question, Marish Kebab. Well, I have to tell you, sometimes marriage is really cool, and sometimes hard. And that's my wife, friends, in chat. In case you don't know, Marish Kebab is my wife. I love you, Marissa. What's my favorite season of Severance? I'm a big fan of season 1, honestly. Season 2's been good, but yeah, season 1 was pretty great. Do I want kids? Yeah, maybe. What's your favorite series of voiced on Aphmau's channel? It's probably Minor Demons. It's pretty fun, pretty cool, pretty neat. Why do you fight with Ian over Blue? Which is better if you guys are friends? Have you never had a friend that you disagreed on something over? That's, I think, a pretty standard part of being friends with somebody is getting into really silly, stupid fights over nothing, right? Put a 1 in that there chat if you and a friend have disagreed or argued about something that means nothing, is absolutely like worthless to argue about. I want to know. Can I do the deep voice? Yes. How long I'll be live for? Probably another 40 minutes. We'll probably quit just before 6 o'clock Central, which it is 5:10 Central right now. See? My point exactly. Everyone's like, yeah, nah, I've very much argued with my friends for nothing. Can I give love or flirting advice? Stay perfectly still and hopefully no one notices you until the right person notices you. Why is he not in the Aphmau videos anymore? Had surgery, recovering. Why is Noi not in them? I don't know. Honestly, you'd have to ask somebody else. It's Minecraft vids are my favorite to film. Anytime that I could be a real goofball. You know, I enjoy a goofy guy, real himbo energy, and so anytime I'm allowed to do that is where I feel most at home and where I get to let loose. Up here. I know I'm kind of jumping around all over the place here, friends, and I'm sorry that if that bugs you, but it's just kind of how I solve puzzles. Is they just slowly come into being over time in kind of awkward, random different ways. But I'm getting there. Like, this thing is coming together. Am I in this puzzle? I am not. What was my favorite season like? Winter, spring, fall, or summer? I really do enjoy winter because like I have like one favorite outdoor activity in the world, and that is downhill skiing. But I even get tired of that after a while. So it's probably spring. No, yeah, I think so. I think spring's definitely in there. It was always kind of nice because it was like, you know, back when I was in school, it was like towards the end of the school year, and you're kind of you got pretty well settled into the year, so you're not like fighting figuring out who you are and what's going on with your life in that time. Well, not summer, too hot. Too hot. And also, I hate my allergies mostly hit in the summer, and that's no fun. Why did I decide to make a channel? I made this channel back when I was really young, actually. I made this channel back in like 2009 or something like that. Some like absurdly long time ago. Because I really liked video making. I just like the idea of like making videos and editing them and stuff like that. I had a phase in like high school especially where I thought I was going to go into like filmmaking. And I never really got around to that part, but I did get back into the acting part, which was not what I would have expected when I was in high school. But hey, you know what? I've had a lot of fun with it so far, and I'm excited that I get to keep doing it. And hope I get to keep doing it. But yeah, this channel is it might be older than Aphmau's channel, technically. Obviously, I have done far less with it in any useful or interesting capacity, but it has been around a long time. I made this channel 2006. There we go. Thank you. It was even earlier than that then. Wow. Ugh. Woof. 20 years. 20 years that this channel's been around. That's wild to think about. Whew. Ah. But obviously, like I said, it's been around longer than that. Where's my sweater? It's warm today, honestly. It was a lot cooler the past couple weeks, but today it's been like 65 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which for Wisconsin is pretty warm this time of year. Usually we're still even seeing some snow, and we might still see some snow this week. But today it's been warm. I went outside, I worked out for a bit, and it's there. I'm older as a creator than Jess, yeah. Where's my 23 million subscribers, huh? Hey guys, subscribe to this channel, could you please? Please, 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 please. It's just a nice person? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Seriously though, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to hit 300,000 subscribers by summer, friends, and I think we can do it, but I need your help. I need your help. I found Ian's other eye, so I'm like, yes, time to go there. Can I do a giveaway with the plushies? Maybe sometime. Who is Peebs? He is the new best character on Aphmau. I mean that unironically. The cast loves Peebs. We at first, when first Peebs came in, we're like, I don't know about this guy, but we have fallen in love with Peebs. He is such a silly little boy. And the voice is so ridiculous for him. If my older fans, if you haven't witnessed Peebs yet, you should definitely. What was the first video was he in? No, They're Not Human. The voice that has been chosen for Peebs is absurd, and I love it so much. And essentially his sort of pseudo catchphrase is like, "Oh, biscuits." Which version of Pierce is my favorite? I enjoy. I enjoy playing I enjoyed being Minor Demons Pierce, but performance wise, I enjoy more modern Pierce myself. That's why he is like the way he is, because I just find that to be a lot more fun in videos than being dark brooding and saying no words. And when you say no words, then also as a voice actor, from voice actor to voice actor. Few words means a few monies. Whose eye is this? It's got to be KC's. It is KC's. Look at that. I found you. No, that's not the right place for it, though. Where do you belong, man? Where do you belong? I really thought it was hers, but maybe it's not. I really feel like I've gotten most of everyone else's eyes. You know, it might be Aaron's eye? No. I'm gonna let that float in the middle there for a little bit, because I'm not necessarily certain. Pretty sure this goes somewhere around here. This might go like that. I think that's about right. As your puzzle pieces, I mean, you got them all right here, right? 50th plushie or Pierce? Yeah, you should. Wasn't Mac videos anymore? I don't know. So ultimately, friends, when it comes down to it, I'm just an actor, right? When it comes to when people are or are not in videos, that is not a decision I get to make, right? I'm told if a video has Pierce in it, then I'm pulled in, and if Pierce is not in it, then I'm not pulled in. I only know about Chris because I mean he literally wrote on social media that he has a tonsillectomy that he was dealing with, but the rest of them, you know, I don't know. You're doing good with the puzzle? Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Does it ever catch you and others off guard when Jess and Jason break character inside each other's names? Nah. Because we talk with them outside of recordings, you know? It is kind of funny, though, when it happens. Let's see. I think this is the other side of her eye. Yes, it is! Ha 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 ha! Look at that. We got ourselves a whole dang Aphmau eye. Does Pierce have a crush on blank? I don't know. I don't really... In my head, for the most part, Pierce is ace. Like, he ain't got time for that. But he bounces around from time to time, depending on the video and what's going on with it. And that's not, like, I don't have authorial, like, control over what he does and doesn't do, and nor should I. He's not my character. But I don't think it's like asking, like, wait, what are the sexual preferences of Patrick Star from SpongeBob? It's just like, I don't think he's got enough space in the noggin to think about things like that. I just don't think there's enough there. I don't think there's enough brain. You know what I mean? I don't think Pierce can think enough to do that. And so, but you know, I always mention that, like, if people want to go and ship characters, like, who am I to judge? Go have fun. Go enjoy yourself. Explore your world. But I will not indulge, if that makes sense. Just that if you're wondering if I have any headcanon for who Pierce is dating or has a crush on, the answer is no one. Pierce and Patrick, there you go. Signed ace by not having enough brain cells to process. And to be clear, I really want to make, I don't think you think I'm saying this, but just so I'm abundantly clear, it doesn't mean that I think that ace people are just don't have preferences romantically because they're dummies. Just to be abundantly clear, It's just I think that might be a part of why I don't think about it very hard with Pierce. Well, if you just thought about it for a second, shut up. How'd I meet Jessica? I auditioned for the character of Pierce for Minor Demons through a friend, actually. I did not actually get to interact with Jess for the first full year that I think I was recording Aphmau videos. Up until like I got in my first, one of them side videos. Because Minor Demons, like, that I can say, just full disclosure, was a fully scripted series, and I would be surprised if you were surprised about that. Does Marissa like the thing you gave her? She's wearing it right now. Do I voice Peeps? No. You can go find Peeps' voice actor. It's in the description. I hope you guys all read the descriptions on videos, right? Right? All of you are always reading the video description. Now? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot wondering who voices who. Take, for example, I did a voice for a character recently in one of those videos, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's actually this My Street character. And I was like, no, I voiced him. It was me. It was me, I did it. Hello, Corey. Whatever makes it so you can sleep at night. Thank you. Thank you for coddling me. I need it sometimes. Let's see here. Glitching again, you might have to refresh again. Sorry, friends. I don't know what's going on with that. YouTube is new to me. I don't know how I don't know how that whole thing works together or not. What kind of dog do I have? I have a mini Australian Shepherd, and he's very cute. Why do I like sheep? Because at one point, we thought it was funny. I don't understand, Crystal Plays, what you're asking for, because the Pierce... The voice that I did for They Are Not Human for Pierce was just Pierce. I don't know why you're asking specifically for that. I'm confused by it. You're in a sub? Well, thank you. Appreciate it. How do I feel playing with Jess? I mean, at this point, it's old hat. When I first started doing stuff with her, I was like, yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. Very nervous. But nowadays, it's like, she's short. Please don't fire me. Let's see. You love my vids? Well, thank you, April. Can I tell you Aphmau said hi? I'll tell you, Aphmau said hi. There you go. I misread it, and there it is. Then now you've been granted readings by Aphmau. Greetings by Aphmau, in fact. In case you're wondering, by the way, yes, this is Pokemon music. You know, I said I was going to start building that orange soda can, and then I didn't. Is there any beef between anyone? Not that I'm aware of, but even then, I would not disclose things like that. I'm not really a peddler of drama and, like, tension. Ultimately, like, we're not a reality show. The content and the stress and the drama is not built off of, like, us, our personal lives, so much as it is the characters, right? And so ultimately, and this is a really important piece of this, I have to work with these people, friends. If I'm like, yeah, you know, that Peebs fella, oh man, let me tell you the stories I could tell. He's rampage. Like that kind of stuff doesn't do well for wanting to continue to work with people. You know what I mean? Yeah, here's the fun part about burning bridges, friends. You get to burn them once. It's a magic trick you get to do once. You can only do it once. And then once you're done with that magic trick, you don't get to burn that bridge again because it's gone. It burned. It can't build again. Why do I call Aphmau short? Because she keeps... It's not only that she is short, which she is below average height, I would say. It is also that, rather comically, she keeps hiring only extremely tall voice actors. And I mean, not extremely tall, but most of the boys in the cast are like at least 6 foot. And so the positioning between us and her is always so silly because of that. Because like I'm 6'3", which is, you know, tall enough. But yeah, she's below 5 foot, and it's like, hello down there. Am I going to VidCon with Jess? I hope so. I hope. Can I show somebody else? No one else is here. Sorry. The only other person who is here is my wife, because I live here in my house. I don't live next to any of the other voice actors, and none of the other voice actors live to the other voice actors. We live all around the world. Because of the magic of the internet allows us to work remotely. So most of my days, when I wake up, I go to work by going into my basement. And then when I'm done working for the day, I come out of my basement. How do I feel about having voiced Pierce? Having to? The privilege of voicing Pierce. He's my favorite boy. It's my favorite character. People keep asking, and I give them the answer. My favorite character is Pierce, and they're like, "Well, that's cheating," but it's true. I really, really do like being Pierce for the channel. And part of it is I got to kind of, you know, I kind of got to see that come together myself over the course of the years. It's just like, he is me and I is him. If I was a big himbo silly boy who can't read sometimes. And that's very fun. It's fun to build a character over time organically and just have the opportunity to play that for as long as I have. You know? It's not a lot of other gigs that pay. Emphasis on the that pay, where you get to keep doing that. So, yeah, no, for sure. Can I say yes? I have a wife. I do have a wife. Yes, I do. I see someone in chat. Please don't keep putting your personal information out there. But shout outs, yes, to Janesville, Wisconsin. Delightful little place. I've been many a time. In fact, I've given lectures about voice acting at one of the high schools there. Fun fact. Who am I jealous of? Matthew Mercer. When am I going to get some of Matt Mercer's gigs, huh? Come on, Matt Mercer. Quit hogging all the cool stuff. I don't know. I do not have much of jealousy in my life. I am a very happy, married, employed person who gets to make money doing a very weird and specific job. And yeah, like I'm not really jealous of much. Except I want to go skiing in Colorado, and I'm jealous of people who get to do that because I really do miss it. But other than that, not really much of a jealous guy. I want to be Espio in Sonic Forces. Exactly. We were watching the Game Grumps play through Sonic Forces recently. Marissa and I did. And I just kept rattling off all the Critical Role actors that are in that, and it's like there's Liam O'Brien, there's Matt Mercer, there's Travis Willingham. They're all there. Are you happy for my job? I am happy for my job. Am I a dad? I am not a dad. Stop watching because she's mad about the beef between Aphmau's parents is what? She's mad about how the beef between Aphmau's parents is gone. The beef was her mom didn't want her dad in her life, but now Aphmau's dad is in her YouTube videos. Oh, Zach, sure, yeah. Admittedly, I have not watched My Street, so I don't necessarily know the internal dramas there. And so I think a part of it is sometimes we kind of probably flit in and out of like the different timelines when it comes to the sort of casual stuff. And yeah, I imagine that sometimes gets a little disorienting, maybe for longtime viewers. But sometimes it's mostly just about like what characters fit well in what sort of scenarios. You know? I don't think there's any malice attached to that for what it's worth. It's just sometimes how writing works. Okay, I got more of Aaron's face there. There we go. Why did I start working with Aphmau? Because she wanted to pay me for doing voice sounds. You know, I was an aspiring voice actor. I wanted to get voice work, and she was offering. And I said, yes, please. And she's like, okay, here's your work. It's due tomorrow. I'm like, whoa! What's my dream job? What is my dream? Being able to keep doing voiceover, you know? I haven't gotten a ton of voice gigs that aren't Pierce. I've gotten some, you know, and enough to consider myself in my own brain, my imposter syndrome being warded off, that I've been able to do enough to call myself a voice actor. But yeah, my dream job would just be continuing to be able to do that and consistently getting enough work that I don't have to get another job. How much does it cost to voice act? I mean, you have to spend a little bit of money on microphones and stuff. Was my favorite Aphmau series? The only one I've ever watched was Minor Demons, so Minor Demons. Whereas Bento, he can't fit up here. He'd knock the puzzle all over the place, but he's upstairs right now. All right, finish this orange soda can, sir. Don't waste your time. Come on, get it done. Get it on there. Look at that. I know I've got the pieces for it. I just have to do it. Look at this thing coming together. And all I had to do was think for 3 seconds. Does Aphmau love orange soda? Yes, she do. I'll bring back Minor Demons. I don't know. I don't have access. Is your nightmare that Aphmau's tall? I think it'd be funny. How much does the puzzle cost? It should be on aphmau.com. You can go look it up yourself. I think it was like probably like $20, something like that. I bought this a long time ago, friends, and I've just been pretty slow about getting on it, but now I'm here, and I'm enjoying myself. Bring that over here. Get that orange soda can done. Look at this thing come together. That sure is an orange soda can. Yes, sure it is indeedy. Ta-da! Look at me. Look at me. Look at me go. That is an orange soda can. Turn off the stream. It costs $18 USD. There you go. Apple juice or orange juice? I'm more of an orange juice guy. Can you tell us about Jess more? I don't want to just like leak people's information all the time. But if you had questions, I might be able to answer them. I try not to just blab about people, if that makes sense. But if you have like very specific thoughts, I could at least try to generalize. Long story short, error, question too broad. What state y'all in? I'm in a state of confusion. Personally, Wisconsin. Don't tell us where you live. But the rest of the cast is all over the place. I will say that I'm the only person in Wisconsin, but yeah, everybody else is everywhere else. Look at that KC face. Oh, I got that little bit of flour in there. Oh, baby. Sometimes I kind of wish Pierce suddenly got a lot of that Yooper accent that like people attribute to like Minnesota. I never really picked that up myself as much, even though I've lived in Wisconsin most of my life. I think a part of it is I live to southern Wisconsin, which gets kind of more of a neutral Midwestern. Do you like the video game Undertale? I have played it and I enjoyed it a lot. I've actually streamed it over on my Twitch channel. Friends, did you know I stream on Twitch every night? Almost. Most of the time. Mostly. Yeah. You should go hit that follow button over on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/shadow_temple. We're going to be streaming on tonight, in fact. I'll be there in about 3 hours from now. And we're going to be playing a game called Metaphor Refantasio. It's pretty cool. Have I played Deltarune? Yes. Yes, I have. How's the sound of somebody following my Twitch channel right now? What state is Jess in? A state in Nunya. Ever met Jess and Jason's kids? Okay, I tell you what, I will tell a story about that. Yes, I've met her kids a couple of times, and they're very cute. They're very lovely. We did once go to her house for a Halloween party, and it was very fun. And one thing hey, the follows, by the way. And subscribe to this channel, please. Please. So yeah, we went to her house for a Halloween party, and something she's good about when it comes to the company is she. Thank you. Is she tries and makes sure that there's stuff for the kids to do in addition to the adults at the things. And at this Halloween party in particular, she had a bunch of inflatable, like, obstacle courses and stuff like that. Fun stuff, right? Very much Eileen Campos for the $5. That's very kind. Can I see your username, please? Mind Killer. So yeah, there are a bunch of, like, inflatable obstacle courses and stuff like that, right? And one of them is like this weird, nope. There's this like jousting sort of dueling like space where they're like two little platforms, and each of us have like two-handed little like Q-tip things that we're like trying to hit each other with. And I thought it'd be cute if I took on the kids and then lose, because I'm an adult and I'm not gonna pound on some kids. We had a little bit of fun with it at first, and they, you know, if you ever work with kids, I've worked with kids for a long time because I used to work as a science teacher, so like I know how kids work. At first they were like really polite and kind of hitting me nice and soft, and I was like and I'd fall over, and they're like, ha, you got him. And then over time, as kids do, this is not specific to her kids, it's just how kids work. Let themselves get a little out of hand. where when your humor, especially as a kid, is like, oh, that thing's funny, let me keep doing that thing and build up on it because you laughed at that one time, so I'm gonna keep doing it for a while. By the end of that night, I had to have someone bail me out of there because I was getting thrashed on, not just by her kids, but the rest of the kids of the company who all surrounded me and just started throwing me into this inflatable, like, you know, this like blow up arena. I'm like, all right, I've done this to myself, but please help. That will always be how I remember her kids, is the one time they absolutely throttled me in an inflatable arena. With that said, her kids are absolutely adorable. And again, I did that to myself. But I still find this story very funny, which is why I tell it. That's somebody's neck. I think. I want to say no. No, that's Ian's neck. All right. It needs to come down here. Hi, JJ. What's my Roblox username? You can find it. People can keep asking the same questions, and I'll give the same answers. Ian had surgery, or Chris Escalante, the guy who plays Ian, had surgery, to be more specific, and is recovering from said surgery. Do Marissa and I like to swim? Yeah. I used to love swimming as a kid. As I got older, I got just less access to places where I could swim, and I live in the Midwest, which means that we have a pretty limited time to swim in the world before it gets too cold to be outside and swimming. So it's just not one of those things that I've really picked up as like a favorite hobby of mine, especially as I've gotten older. But I do like swimming. You said you can follow on Twitch, but you don't have Twitch. Well, you could. It's free. It's free and it's good. How did I feel? You died as Pierce like 5 seconds after the alternate, and there's something in my house. So, in case you didn't see that, that was an animation, right? In that video of Pierce dying in it. So I did know that that's how he was gonna go down, and I was like, oh man, because at first I saw the new skin for Pierce and stuff, and I was like, oh man, he's like a survivalist. He's like taking this really seriously. He's been beat up by the world, and he's not taking no sass from nobody. And then I look at him, and they're like, yeah, there's an animation. Pierce gets decapitated. And I was like, oh, all right. I guess that's where this one's going. It was fun though. It was a cool scene to see. There's gonna be somewhere around there. I think that's the top of Aaron's ear there. Hello, April. I already said your name, April, but hello. Do I have kids of my own? I do not. You don't use Twitch, but you would follow. Hey, I'm just saying, consider it. I stream over there every night. Consider getting yourself a Twitch account. They're free. They're free. And you know what? Who else is on there? Chris Escalante, the guy who plays Ian, is on there. Corinne, aka the gal who plays Kim, she's on there. Keston, the guy who plays Zane, he's on there. They're all live streaming on Twitch, friends. Not this second, but they're all there. And you should definitely go follow them. In fact, we have a Twitch team. Twitch.tv/team/Aphcrew. We've got all the various members of the Aphmau community or crew group, and you can follow them all. Just saying. If you stream every night, that'd be like 3 a.m. for you. That's a tough bit, of course. Hello, Riley. How you doing? Joe's been doing okay since surgery? I think so. Yeah, he's been doing streams and stuff. I think he's just been keeping it safe. The bomb. You think the bomb's already ready to connect to the wall? Maybe. Yeah, that does seem like it lines up, doesn't it? Hold on. Maybe it do. Maybe it do. Like, the connections make sense right along here, so maybe that is where it is. Wow! Good job. Who said that? Thank you, Amelia. Yeah, you nailed it. It actually did line up right there, so thank you for that. At first, I thought there'd be another row of pieces that I needed to hit before I got there, but it was right there. You're so right. Do you ever drink ice cream? I mean, isn't that what a milkshake is? And yes, absolutely. If you're asking, have I ever like waited until ice cream was at room temperature and then drank the cream? No. No, that's bad ice cream. I don't want that. No. So my phone's going crazy. Because I gave it notice. I looked at it and it was like, Senpai noticed me and gave me 300 bad bad messages. Like, hey, over on Facebook, your cousin commented on a thing that you haven't read. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care. Why are you giving me this? I don't care. Ever tried spicy ice cream? I have. Yeah. Whenever we're at VidCon, we tend to stay, relatively close to Disneyland. And Disneyland has got this big, like, downtown area with a bunch of, like, shops and stuff you can walk through. And one of the places I like to go whenever we're there is Salt and Straw, which is known for having ice cream with kind of unique flavors. I think they had like a pear habanero or something like that. That was very good. I like that a lot. It's that said, it's not something I try to like seek out very often because, you know, it's one of those things where you're like, I don't actually want to eat that kind of ice cream all the time, but it is fun to just try it. You know what I mean? Favorite ice cream flavor? Chocolate. As deep of chocolate as possible. If I tried sour ice cream, I have, and you know, it's fine. Do you like mango ice cream? If somebody gives it to me, I will eat it. Yeah. They have that downtown Sacramento. They have a couple of salt and straws around, yeah. But I really don't get access to it myself unless I'm either in Disneyland or Disney World, which there is one for each of them. How old am I? I'm only going to say this if none of you, I'm looking right now. None of you tell me how old you are. But I'm 32. Don't say it. You'll get removed. If you say it, don't say it. Hello, Shark. How you doing? What is it? You're the calmest one in the Aphmau group. When it comes to being just a normal person, possibly. I'm a pretty laid back individual in real life, and that's just because it's how I work. I don't think it is frequently that valuable to be a loud pain in the butt. It never gets the stuff that I want done. And so I just try not to be. Because I just don't think it's worth it. Gotta move some of these pieces out of here because I know this belongs up here. Along with Aaron's stuff. But this is like the bottom of Ian's shoe. Which is gonna go right here. There we go. Do I play Genshin? No, I've not played Genshin. I don't have a lot of patience for gacha games. And this is going to sound mean, but I promise it's not meant to be. I have enough money that I don't need to play free games. Like, not to say that free games are bad, just like, you know, I can buy games that don't demand, like, more than just my time. Like, I could just buy it and then I can enjoy it because it's a good game, not because I have to wait until or pay money to then enjoy it more. I think that's also why I don't tend to enjoy Roblox games very much, because you have to kind of swim through some pretty bad Roblox games to find any good ones. And I'd rather just spend the valuable time that I have playing games that I know are going to be good, because people have played them, and I know that they're going to be good, and I can just jump in and be like, wow, this game's good. It's nice. Do I ever get afraid of Jess? No, not really. There aren't a lot of people in this world that put the fear into me, because we're all just people. I know that might sound a little reductive. Yeah, of course we're all just people, Shadow. What are you talking about? But, like, I don't know. We're just human beings. We're just little human beings. What could you do? I think this goes here. Yeah! You guys can't see that part of the puzzle. But I did add another piece of Ian's foot right here. Thank you for the 2 quid, Amelia. No, wait. Is that yeah, that's pounds, right? Thank you. The eye above Aaron's head looks like Ian's eye. You know what? You're so right. You're so right. That's been floating up there for a while, and it is absolutely doesn't belong there. That also doesn't belong there, but oh, this one doesn't connect either. Ugh. I think these flip around. Oh, dearie me. I think that fits better over there. And I think this is more correct over here. There we go. Look at that. Look at that as an improvement. A very big improvement on his face. Who do I ship? Theseus. Now I have to use... When did I first see Aphmau / Jess? I didn't get to see... though I started working on the channel back in 2019. I don't think I got to see her in person. I think the first time is she invited us over for like a little holiday hangout at the end of... I think it was like the end of 2020. Like the very tail end of 2020. That was the first time I ever got to meet her. Yeah, a full 2 years after I started. Can't believe that. Wait, that's not even a new joke, miss. We made that joke last time, I think, too. Say my yes shirt on. There you go. What's Theseus? Look up ship of Theseus. What type of games do I play on Twitch? Horror, perhaps? Nope. No, I play indie games with interesting stories is most of the time, which for a lot of you is probably pretty boring if I'm going to be perfectly honest. But I think they're super cool games. I really enjoy what cool stories I can be a part of in playing games like that. Last time we forgot to enjoy squeeze another laugh of it. There it is. Thank you, Cunning, for putting out the Wikipedia article. But no, I let me hear your Minor Demon's voice. Yes. But I do enjoy, I play a lot of different types of games. But they are generally pretty small little games with fun little stuff going on in them. They aren't always story-based. Like, we did a game recently where you ski. You're a skier and you ski. And I definitely died a couple dozen times playing that game, but it was very fun. And I enjoyed it a lot. I'm starting to see some of the pieces that I originally thought were part of Aphmau's character, but I think they're actually Ian's shoes that I'm slowly kind of piecing together here. Ian's eyes connect, you think so? They do! I love there's like 3 people who are like, I'm actually focusing on the puzzle here. and you are just not seeing the connections. I do want to play that game again. I think we will. Do I know if there's been Minor Demon Season 2? Nope. I do not know. What's my favorite song and why? Trying to think. Sometimes I'm sure you guys get this too. You just get on like a kick after a while where you're listening to the same song over and over again. And you even start kind of recognizing why you listen to that song as often as you do. It just kind of gets stuck in your gullet and you just kind of want to keep listening to it. Trying to think of a song that's been doing that to me lately. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's there's a song called "I Think I Like When It Rains" by Willis. It's just a nice little like you know, breezy, soft rock song about someone missing the days where like his biggest worries in life were just like wanted to hang out with somebody after school and like chilling at their parents' house. It's very melancholic, very nostalgia. Just it's chill. Do I draw? I'm not. I have many talents in this world. Art drawing is not really one of them, to be perfectly honest. Gene's voice actor is Sayu. Yeah, also known as Alejandro Saab, yeah. Do you know what the Chicken Nugget song is like? I do not know that song. It's an amazing song. I'll take your word for it, Riley. Puzzle right next to the full blue one looks like it belongs to the cat, right under the box. It's full, right next to the full blue one. You think this one belongs to the cat? Maybe? This awfully looks a lot like her periwinkle jacket along with her purple hair up here, honestly, more. But good looking out. Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas? Sure, yeah. I actually got to... I got to see Kansas live at one point. They were a very, very fun band to see. Do you count doing Step Mania as a talent for dancing? No. It's a talent for, like, rhythm games, but dancing? I'd put it akin to... Thank you for the follows, by the way, friends. Appreciate that. I'd put it something akin to being good at Guitar Hero and assuming that that translates well to guitar, like playing the guitar. I don't think that's fair. There are a lot of people who put a lot of work in, if that makes sense. You do the puzzle with me? You have it too? Go get started, yeah. You'll probably beat me because I'm too busy talking to people to remember to actually do this puzzle. But you're more than welcome to join us on it. There we go. I got a piece on the border there. Just made an account and follow me on Twitch. Well, thank you. Yeah. No, again, I've been hearing those blips, so appreciate that. How long do you think this puzzle's gonna take? Oh, too long. Too long. As you can see, I have made progress today. You cannot tell me that this isn't progress. But it is not enough. There's the rest of that orange soda can. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ho ho. Hee hee. And there's a connector for Ian's face. Do I play Kingdom Come? No, I haven't really gotten to that series, I admit. Do you have any hidden talents? I'm a pretty good skier. Like I said, I don't think people would see that within a kind of slightly chubby fella, but I do enjoy that sport quite a bit. You're watching Aphmau, then this popped up and you were shocked, in fact. Well, hey. If you haven't already done so, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button over here. Also, Marissa reminded me, friends, if you haven't done it, can you hit the like button on this? I want to see what happens. Just humor me. Can you hit that like button? I want to see what happens to this thing. Let's see. So the problem is that I stream on Twitch, right? I stream on Twitch almost all the time. Love that place. Again, you should go follow me on it. But I recognize that I should stream on here from time to time because there are a lot of you over here that I want to say hi to. And also, I'm gonna warn you right now on the Twitch stuff. I'm not doing nearly as much Aphmau stuff over there as I'm doing over here, just to be clear. And so I kind of keep the Aphmau stuff over here on the YouTube channel. Sequestered, like just staying over here. But something I don't recognize as somebody who has not streamed on YouTube very often is that the like button is actually super important when it comes to YouTube's algorithm and ensuring that people know about your live stream and should show up for it. So that's why I'm trying to be good about remembering, and this is from Marissa reminding me, not me because I'm not smart, my wife Marissa reminding me, hey, you should tell people to hit that like button. So thank you. How do you get to follow me on Twitch? If you just go on Twitch or just Google the word Twitch and then Shadow Temple, like you see on this channel here, you'll find me on Twitch very quick. Or click on the link that Miss just put out there. Will I ever do a challenge pro versus noob with Mac? I think my recorded noob versus pro days are done, but we should still do a live stream version of it at some point and like kind of do like a review of all the ones we've done before, because I think that'd be fun. Can you see Marissa, please? She's working. She's working right now. She's got a real job. And I'm sitting in my basement on my parents' kitchen table that I am holding on to for them, building a puzzle for a YouTube channel that I've convinced to pay me for. Not the stream, to YouTube. Do I play an instrument? I haven't played an instrument in a while, but I did for like 10, 12 years play the tenor saxophone. Can you give me a video idea? You absolutely can. Just know that you will have no rights to it. You will not receive any credit for it. And Aphmau probably won't even hear it's from you. With all that in mind, you're more than welcome to. It's not that I want to be heartless. It's just one of those things where, like, if we're like, this fan came up with this idea, this fan came up with this idea, I think that opens a very valid question over time of like, cool, are you gonna pay them? You have a friend who's tenor sax? Yeah. It's like alto sax, but big. That's true. That's so true. Tomorrow, Marissa and I are going to be playing a game called Split Fiction over on the Twitch channel. If you want to see my wife then, you absolutely can. And then Wednesday, she's going to be doing a crochet stream on her own over on my Twitch channel. So that's going to be fun. That'll be neat. That'll be a stream just hers. So you can ask about all my secret little secrets, and she'll dish all during that stream, probably. Maybe. I'm cashing a check that I probably don't want cashed. I remember I said you were going to show Marissa. Not here, but she'll be over on my. I find that funny Cordy plays, but I'm not going to let that play because it's too big of a message. Definitely won't talk about dead bodies this time. Everyone else is asking how everyone else is doing, but not me. Well, thank you, Amelia. I'm doing well. Something I've really been trying to do lately this year is I've been trying to get into better shape. So I've been doing a lot of time at the gym, and I like it. It takes a while to get to start enjoying going to the gym, but there's something about, like, especially in our current world where there's such an energy of wanting to waste time on things that hurt you, namely being on Twitter. It's sometimes nice to so physically exhaust yourself that you don't even want to look at your phone. And that has been healthy for me. And has the side effect of making me healthier. So that's a win-win in my book. Was my real name Shadow Temple, as far as you're aware? What happened in Noi? I don't know. I don't actually know, friends. I will leave the boy who plays Noi to let you guys know on his own if something's going on. I'm just a boy, guys. I'm just a little actor fella. I unfortunately lack all the answers. There we go. As Pierce, my opinion of Ian is, oh, he's my best friend, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we hang out all the time. We do pranks and stuff, and it's really fun. As a human being's impression or opinion of Ian, he's a terrible person. He's terrible. Why is she still friends with him? If you had a friend like that in your Minecraft server constantly blowing up all your stuff, you'd lose them. You'd get rid of them. Jay's Minor Demon's voice for 20 minutes, it would kill my voice. Can't do it. Genuinely. I mean that. Like I would not be able to talk for the rest of the day if I did a full 20 minutes as Minor Demon's Pierce. And that's just acting, friends. Sometimes you do voices that are deep and impactful, but ye are not sustainable. Does Pierce look up to Aaron as a character? Yeah. I if you ever get that feeling, I definitely have got that in my brain. Is that Pierce respects Aaron quite a bit. Does he actually respect him in the actions he performs? No. But he respects him as a very good Minecraft player and somebody who could murder him with a thought. I fear no man, but that. I don't know what this is. First I thought I was an eye, but maybe not. Am I able to do a rich British voice? Yeah. I actually did one for, there's a video that came out relatively recently for, where I played a waiter. What was it? The demon video where Aaron was a demon, like trying to tempt Aphmau / helping. I did a voice for that one. If a few questions. I only see one on the super chat, but thank you, the Beelzebub and Luna show. Can you collab one of your Vid's favorite has-been character? I actually, this is gonna sound blasphemous for being a part of the YouTube voice acting world. I have not watched Has-Been Hotel yet. I've not watched Has-Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss. I'm generally pretty far behind on most like YouTube animation. I should get into it. I've had my head in like mid 2000s animation lately, and I need to move up. I need to move to modern. I gotta see what's going on out there. But thank you for that. We're just about running out of time here, friends. We actually went already 20 minutes later than I expected, but I'll give it another 5 here, and then we should probably call it. How long have I been married? We're coming up on our 3rd anniversary coming up in October. Why is there a random penny on the table? It's there to show you how small these pieces are, because I needed some frame of reference. And you know how big a penny is. That's how big the pieces are. They are not very big. Ugh. Do you get any part in choosing Aphmau's videos? I do not. Nope. I get to find out what the video is the day that it's recording, and that's about it. And also, I do not get to decide if Pierce is in videos or not. That's another piece of it too. And I think somebody asked me if that makes me sad. No, not really. You know, I think it is very important when it comes to working in like voice acting and acting in general and stuff like that. You can't have too much of an ego about things like that. You have to trust that, and CJ the X, who's a YouTuber who I very much enjoy, who has not put out a video in a minute, put it really succinctly, which was, if you are working on some art with somebody, and you have a specific role to play in that art, you should do that piece as best to the ability of what you can do for it. And if you think that you're not, if you think that your place in that art is not where you should be, and you would be better served to be somewhere else, then you should do that. And I know my place is to be an actor. I know it's not to, I mean, I can come up with funny things to say and do, but ultimately it is my job to act. And the reason I bring that up is that if it is your job to act, then you also have to believe in the vision of the person you're acting for, that they know what's best for the scene or the show or the episode or what it's going to be better than you do. And if you don't trust that that person has the best thoughts in mind for that, then you don't respect them as a director or producer or whatever it is. And I think I am best served not thinking about those things, but instead working on the acting side of it and giving the best performance I can. Does anyone know my real name on the crew? Yeah. Funnily enough, though, they do call me Shadow, even like, I'm actually one of the few people who doesn't go by their real name on the Aphmau channel. A part of it is one of like the people who works with the videos all the time shares a real first name with me. And so it's one of those things where like at that point it's easier to just keep going as keep being named Shadow instead of my real name, because otherwise it would generate confusion. The one with the really light pink and tan looks like it belongs next to the cake, next to the color of green and brown. Boy, that one, unfortunately, that might be not specific enough for me to scope that out, because there's a lot of green and brown in this here puzzle. It is ultimately a Minecraft-y puzzle. And soda cans like that. Yeah, we're just about finishing up here, by the way, friends. But I will be doing another one of these, maybe even tomorrow, depending on how recording schedule is like tomorrow. Because I like doing these, and I'm still trying to see if I can finish this before Marissa is going to do crochet stream on this table on Wednesday. If I did like a really long stream of this and see if I could knock out the this puzzle once and for all. Might also maybe make some progress on it off camera too. We'll see. At first I wanted to do it entirely on camera, but this is a big puzzle. And the notion of me finishing this exclusively on stream and actually finishing it is pretty slim, I would dare say, at this point. But as long as I didn't make such a wild big stride on it between between streams, I think it'd be fine. Does Aphmau make her own mods? Yes. That's why I can't really disclose too much about how the mods are set. Just know that there are a lot of things that are made in-house. A lot of them originally by Jason himself. In case you're wondering why Aaron doesn't post his own stuff. He's a busy boy. Are you gonna make more streams? Well, I'll tell you once again, and this is kind of, I'll finish things off for today, friends. I will be making more streams. In fact, I'm streaming more tonight, but I'm not going to be streaming here. I'm going to be streaming over on my Twitch channel at 9:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. So that's about 2 hours from now. I will be streaming over on my Twitch channel. I'll be playing a game called Metaphor Refantasio, which, if you guys ever heard of the Persona series, the people who made Persona made their own fantasy game called Metaphor, and it's very good. Highly recommend. The one with the really light pink and tan looks like it belongs to the cake, next to the color of green and brown. Also the kind of one that looks like Zane's scarf color near the gray and white. Ooh, boy. I keep looking at the pieces down here, and I'm recognizing that there's a bunch of pieces down here that you guys can't see below the frame of this camera here. And I cannot recognize where those pieces are going that you're talking about, unfortunately. But we did make progress today. We got 2 faces here, we got a face here, we got a face here, we got a can, we got TNT done, got that attached. Made a little bit of progress. How does Aphmau make your own mods? Programming, coding, typing things into a computer and seeing what happens on the other side. Genuinely, it is like software engineering to make mods like that. It's pretty cool. Can I bring Bento in at the beginning of the stream tonight? Maybe. Who would I draw an Aphmau? No one, because I'm really bad at drawing. Yeah, you know what? No, hold on. Maybe I can get Bento here at the last second, and then we'll finish up. Hey, Bento! Bento, come here! Bento, come here! Can you say hi? Just one sec. There's P5R VODs on the videos on the VOD channel. It's true. Yeah, one last time here, friends. Please subscribe to this channel. Please, 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 please subscribe to this channel. It'd mean a lot to me. Bento, come on. Check out my Twitch channel. And then also, once again, friends, a part of what I'm trying to do these is that reminder that if you're in the Midwest area, the first weekend of April, myself, the gal who plays Kim and the guy who plays Zane, all three of us are going to be over at the Midwest Gaming Classic, a gaming convention that you guys can see us and say hi and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Come here, baby. Here's Bento. Here's my boy. I'm sorry he's on the small camera, but there's no way I could put him on the big camera. It just doesn't work. Because I'd have to put him on top of the puzzle, and that would be bad. And he's licking up a storm, because he's a good boy who loves me. Yeah. Yeah, this is Bento. He's a 6-year-old mini Australian Shepherd, and he's a good boy. He's a pretty good boy, and I love him very much. Yeah. And he doesn't like doing this. I'm gonna tell you right now. Anytime I try to do this when I'm not on camera, he's like, "No, Dad. No, I'm not coming up on your lap." But he's a trooper, and he's more than anything, he does like cuddling. So. Don't you, boy? Yeah. Yeah. And he's okay with it. Like, you can see I'm not holding on to him. He's just sitting in my lap now. That's just how he is. Yeah. He's a good boy. Okay. I'll let you down now, baby. Off you go. He's also a smiler. If you've ever worked with an Aussie Shepherd before, and some other dog breeds do this too, but Bento does smile, which is to say, he goes, and it's not meant to be aggressive. He wants to smile at people because he sees other people smile, and he's like, well, I'm gonna smile too. But it does look mean. But yeah, like I said, we'll probably do another one of these streams here this week if we can, friends. If not tomorrow, maybe another day. It's one of those things where I just don't know when I'm going to be recording. So yeah. How old is my dog? 6 years now. Oh, he's such an old boy. Such an old boy. I'm sorry, Milk Tea, but there's just no way I could find that piece today. But maybe we'll find it again next time. All right. 6 likes away from 500. Come on, guys, hit that like button, please, please, for me, please. Yeah. Thank you again, friends, and hope to talk to you again soon. We'll see you when you see you. Bye-bye. I have to physically walk over to the computer, so there's just gonna be a time where you're just gonna see me walk. So that's the awkward part. I'm just gonna do that now. I'm just gonna go. Bye. See ya. Bye. See ya. Bye.